All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're going to talk about a really big shift in how we think about leadership. It's about moving away from just chasing results and instead putting people first. We're going to see how this egoless way of leading can totally transform a workplace.
So let me ask you a question, right off the bat. Is the way you're being led, or maybe even the way you lead, is it outdated? It's a tough question for sure, but it's super important because leadership really does set the tone for everything else.
For a lot of companies, the answer is a big, loud yes. That classic top-down command and control style, it's really a relic from another era. It just doesn't work in the modern world, and frankly, it causes a lot of problems we just can't afford anymore.
And the connection here, it's crystal clear. On one side, you've got that top-down command style, where the leader just dictates, and the team is supposed to just do it, no questions asked. And what's the direct result of that? Well, people get disengaged, morale hits rock bottom. This isn't some random coincidence. It's a direct cause and effect.
So why does that happen? Well, it's because the old way of doing things had this laser-like, super narrow focus on just one thing, the outcomes. It was all about the numbers, hitting the deadlines, making the targets. The actual people doing the work, they were kind of treated like cogs in a machine, just there to produce a result.
But what if we just flip that entire model on its head? The new focus we're talking about is completely different. It's all about putting people first. And this isn't just some small adjustment, it's a fundamental change in how we see things.
And that brings us to the solution, egoless leadership. The whole idea here is that when you invest in your people, you're not giving up on results. Actually, it's the opposite. You end up with even better results, and in a way that can actually last.
Okay, so what is it exactly? Well, egoless leadership is basically a philosophy where the leader's main job shifts from directing to supporting. It's all about empowering your team, clearing roadblocks, getting them the resources they need, and just creating an environment where they feel safe to innovate. That's what really makes a place productive.
This quote right here really just hits the nail on the head. It's simple, but it's so powerful. The big idea is that you don't chase great results directly. No, great results are the byproduct of a team that's healthy, that's motivated, and that feels supported.
Now, let's look at how this all connects, because there's a real chain reaction here. When a leader is egoless, they foster real, genuine motivation in their team. And that motivation helps build a sense of purpose, the why behind what you're doing. And once you have that purpose, bam, you create this incredible positive energy that just spreads through the whole team. And here's what the team actually gets out of it, the real payoff. Their motivation gets a massive boost, they feel a much stronger connection to their work, and the energy of the whole group goes way up. It's the difference between a team that's just punching the clock and one that is absolutely on fire.
Okay, so all of these people-focused benefits are awesome, right? But they're not just feel-good extras. They all build up and lead directly to the one thing that every single organization is chasing after.
And there it is. Driving higher performance? That's the ultimate goal. By taking your ego out of the picture and building an environment where people can thrive, you don't just create a nicer place to work. You build a powerhouse, a high-performing engine for success. The people-first approach is the results-first approach. They're the same thing.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. This isn't about changing everything overnight. Just think about it. What is one small, tiny thing you could do tomorrow to lead with just a little less ego? Maybe it's just asking for some honest feedback. Or maybe it's making sure you give credit where it's due. Or maybe it's as simple as just listening more than you talk. That one small step could be the start of something huge.